As Christmas is right around the corner, we would like to know what the Christmas spirit is all about. Our field reporter Sonia has a special about how Christmas is observed among Bay Area Indians. Sonia, what do you have for us?
Thank you, Gautam. You can't step into a reputed university like Berkeley or Stanford and not run into an Indian face. Yes, they're an integral part of our student community, and today we'll be talking to one such student. I'm Sonia from Namaste Bay Area. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi Sonia, I'm Karthik and I'm doing a master's here at Missions and with no arrears of course.
Hi Karthik, it's good to see you. So we are doing a Christmas special and I'd like to know from a student's perspective, what do you think about Christmas?
Okay, it's that time of the year where you party harder and harder. It starts with Halloween, goes towards Thanksgiving, Christmas, and we finally end everything in Vegas. And what happens in Vegas is usually not shared in Facebook.
That's a nice way to think about it. So, like you say, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. You're definitely not a dull boy, are you?
Definitely not. I use the daytime for dating and the break time for studying and the night time for partying. And yeah.
So it's a well-balanced time management.
Yeah.
So how do you think Christmas here is different from what we do in India?
Well, here it is about beer, bar and Barbie girls, of course. But where in India it was with family time with mutton biryani, chicken kurma and not to mention payasam.
Oh wow, I'm getting hungry. Let's stop with the listing of the food. So aside from the partying and the food and the fun, what do you think could be the reason behind Christmas?
Jesus Christ's birthday, Santa Claus parties and red color, green color everywhere.
So basically fun and happiness. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Happy Christmas to you.
Bye. Bay Area is synonymous with technology and booming IT companies. Today we'll be talking to an employee from a leading software firm to find out his views on Christmas. Thank you for taking the time out for Namaste Bay Area's Christmas special.
My pleasure.
Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Sunil. I work in a technology company in the Bay Area.
Hi Sunil. So I'd like to know, everybody has a view on what Christmas is. I'd like to know yours.
Well, Christmas for me, because I'm in the IT project management, it means trying to finish a lot of projects by the year end, because our financial year is from Jan to December. So we need to finish budgets, we need to finish projects. So it's very hectic time. But then I look forward to Christmas because from 25th to the New Year is shut down for our company. So it's total stress and then complete relax. The whole company shuts down. I look forward to Christmas that way.
So it's basically like an out and out shutdown for you as well, right?
Yeah.
And
me and my friends and my colleagues, I look forward to it.
So what do you think is different here when you celebrate Christmas when compared to how it was for you in India?
Well, in India it was much more families, much more friends. So typically we would go, I come from Kerala, so we would travel down to Kerala, homemade food, mom's food, nothing better than mom's food. So I used to look forward to it, the parties, the biryanis and the beef and parathas. I know that was Christmas for me.
So you're trying to say your wife's food is not as good? She must be watching the telecast.
Please don't create trouble in my family. I'm as stressful as it is.
I'm just kidding. So what do you think, apart from all this, could be the reason behind Christmas?
But for me personally, as I said before, it means trying to finish all the projects. But then the added incentive is we have the bonus, we have some stock option coming up every time towards the end of the year, and general celebration and partying. So that is what Christmas means to me.
So I wish you get a hefty pay sum and stock options this year. My best wishes to you. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. We're at a well-renowned doctor's office, and let's talk to him next to see what he thinks about Christmas. Hello, doctor. I'm Sonia from Namaste Bay Area. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Do you have some time for us today? Please introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Dr. Rakesh Kumar. I'm an internist by training, and I have a practice in the Bay Area.
Thank you, doctor, for your time. So the holiday season is around the corner. Christmas is right there. So what comes to your mind when you think about Christmas?
Well, what comes to my mind about Christmas is a lot of heavy work schedules. Christmas is a time when people want to make their appointments, and our practice is busy seeing patients. Other than that, I don't see anything more.
So more like overworked and, well, you are not underpaid, so.
Well, now we are with Obamacare and everything. It seems like it might be more underpaid in the future.
Okay. How different is it, to you personally, Christmas here in the USA when compared to back home in India?
Well, Christmas, I hardly had much Christmas in India because it was mostly other festivals that we used to have. But Christmas, I used to see the stars that people used to put in their homes, and people used to come with carol songs. Okay. And, we used to get some sweets, and, that was all.
So then basically you're saying there's not much difference here culturally than there?
No, culturally, I think Christmas is much more relevant here, and here it is much more busier, but at the same time, there is the spirit of Christmas. Everyone wants to go shopping and gifts, and people are just spending time with family. So I think Christmas here is much more vibrant than in India.
Yes, not to forget the crazy and packed malls, right?
Yes, less parties too. Sure.
So, other than that, what do you think, what could be the reason behind Christmas?
Well, behind Christmas, I've heard about Christ's birth, but other than that, in terms of, for us personally, it is just a time of overwork, just making more money, seeing more patients. Other than that, I don't see much of relevance here.
Okay, so thank you so much for your time, and we really wish you can take a vacation during this time, or at least before the year closes, to recoup for the next year. Thank you. Bye. Excuse me, ma'am. Hi, I'm Sonia from Namaste Bay Area. Have you heard about us?
Oh, you're from TV?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Am I looking good?
You're looking really good, ma'am. Then don't worry, we have a really good cameraman. He makes everybody look good, as you can see. So, do you have...
I'm really excited about that.
Good to know. Do you have a couple of minutes? I'd like to ask you some questions.
Oh, sure.
So, please tell me your name, and I see you're coming back from a shopping trip. Yeah? Please tell me your name and what do you do?
I'm Viji. I'm a housewife.
Hi Viji. So as you can see, it's the holiday season, everybody is busy, Christmas is round the corner. So I'd like to ask you a few questions. What comes to your mind when you think about Christmas?
To me, Christmas is like it starts on December 1st, and it's like a month of celebration. People come to our house, we start decorating the house, cleaning the house, hanging on the decorations, trees, and my husband used to invite his friends for dinner.
Sorry to interrupt you, but looks like you have a very stressful and a very, very busy season. Is that right?
Yeah, very busy.
So, was it like this in India? I mean, how different is it, celebrating Christmas in the US when compared to India?
Yeah, in India, it will be more of like family get together, and my parents come, my relatives come, and we have a nice time. We cook together and we enjoy the fun. But here, it's kind of like no relatives around here, so only friends.
So you're saying basically you don't have a support system. You feel a little bit homesick, and you're by yourself, which means more stress and more work.
Yeah. Course.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So let's move away from the sad topic, and let's talk about what do you think to you is the reason behind Christmas, other than apart from all the cooking and the food and.
Reason behind Christmas is like Jesus Christ's birth, celebration, like shopping. New sari, new jewels, that kind of stuff.
Presents for the kids.
For the kids, yeah, of course. I forgot the point.
Yes, they won't leave you otherwise, right? I understand that totally. So it's more fun, fellowship, family gatherings and things like that.
Totally, Christmas month is like a celebrating month.
And not to forget all the hard work you put in, right? Thank you so much for your time, ma'am.
Thank you. By the way, will this be telecasted in India?
Oh, no. But don't worry, I'll send you a personal copy of the telecast and you can email it to all your family back home. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So Sonia, how have you been?
I've been good, Anita.
Anything interesting?
Yeah, now that you ask, I'm working on a very interesting concept for my TV show. I've been talking to Bay Area Indians to find out what they think about Christmas, their views. And I've got really good feedback on the cultural impact, like the food, the family gatherings, the work. But when I asked them what could be the reason behind Christmas, I didn't get anything relevant for that. So I've been thinking, there should be something significant.
That's an interesting point you bring up. It's different way to think about Christmas.
Yes,
Maybe
yes.
I can help you with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have a friend and her brother coming over for dinner today. And I've heard them talking about Christmas.
Okay.
Maybe you can join us for dinner and maybe you can ask them a few questions.
Oh, sure. That would be really good. Yeah, if they don't mind. Yeah.
So I'll see you for dinner tonight.
Okay, thank you so much, Anita. Thank you.
No problem. Preeti and Amit, I hope you enjoyed your dinner.
Thank you, it was so nice.
Sonia here had some questions for you. I hope you don't mind. Sonia, you can maybe ask them your questions while I get you some tea.
Sure, no problem.
Thank you, Anita.
No problem.
A couple of things happened to me last week which got me thinking about what could be the true joy behind Christmas.
Preeti, may I? Would you mind if I start with a verse from the Bible?
No, go ahead.
I would like to quote John 3:16, which says, "For God so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth on him should not perish, but have eternal life."
Okay.
So if you notice the first few words of this verse, it says, God so loved the world. That means God loved man and wanted to have a relationship with man.
Okay.
And that is why he came to earth in the form of man, which is Jesus. And that is the reason behind Christmas.
So you mean to say that the birth of Jesus 2000 years ago is the reason for the true joy behind Christmas?
Not only that, God wanted to have a relationship with man. However, man fell short of God's expectations.
Okay.
So God, out of his love for man, did not want man to pay the penalty. So he came to earth in the form of Jesus to pay the penalty.
So you're saying a loving God came to earth because man could not meet his expectations? I'm getting it, but it's going way over my head.
So let me explain this using a short story.
Okay.
There was an honest judge in a small town, and he had an adopted son.
Okay.
And his son was involved in a robbery, and he was imprisoned. The day came for the trial, and the whole village turned out to see if this person would be a good judge or a good father. And he issued the verdict and against his adopted son, and it was a very high price, very high fine. And the whole village was taken aback, and they were surprised how this person had decided to be a good judge more than a good father. And they were kind of disappointed. But when the time came for the son could never pay the fine because it was such a huge fine. And when it came time for him to pay the fine, his father stepped forward and paid it for him. And the son accepted it, and he was free. And the villagers now got to see that the person was also a good father in addition to being a righteous judge. Remember, like in the story, the son had to accept the check.
Okay.
The same way, we need to accept that God paid the price for our penalty. And this is the real joy of Christmas, where man could never pay the price, but God paid the price on behalf of man.
That's the true joy of Christmas. We only need to accept that God has already paid the price on our behalf in order for us to have a relationship with Him.
I think I'm getting what you're trying to say, that we could not pay the price to meet the expectations that God has. So He came as Jesus to the earth to pay the price for us. Thank you so much for giving me a new perspective on the meaning of Christmas. This will get me started to think about it. Thank you. Thank you for your time.